What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Versatile, back again with another video. And of course, as you see by the title, it's about that Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now, as I was preparing my notes and everything, getting them together to talk about all the specs and everything about this phone, it dawned on me. This is the Note that showcases what the Note was supposed to be like its entire lifespan. Let me explain. The Note is for who? Not everyday consumers, not your average consumer. Shout out to you, Judd. It's about the heavy power user. So of course that first Note or two, showcased, big screen, seemed like it had a lot of power and everything. But if we think about it now, the Samsung Galaxy Note series, outside of the Note 9, all of the specs for it were subpar or for your average consumer. You're looking at 4 gigs of RAM or 3 gigs of RAM. You're looking at moderate battery life. The only thing that's differentiated the Note from the S series and really any other phone on the market was the S Pen and the big screen. Now we see that the big screen has more or less taken over all phones, and that really just the S Pen is the differentiator between the Note series and any other phone or manufacturer. So, reflecting on Samsung Unpacked this year, that was held technically yesterday, we see that the Note finally has taken itself serious again. We're looking at 4,000 milliamp battery, although one could say that that's not necessarily new either, because we have phones that are priced less than $500 that's got 4,000 or 5,000 milliamp battery. When you think about the Honor, I believe it's the Honor 7 or the Honor 10 has that type of capacity. You think about phones, period, it has that kind of capacity. So 4,000 milliamps, more or less, for the Note is a great new milestone for it. But again, it's not as game-changing as one may think. Next, we got 6 gigs of RAM and we got 8 gigs of RAM. Well, guess what? The reason why a lot of people kind of shied away or was very weary about Samsung's phones in the first place was because the phones lagged. And most likely it comes down to RAM management and all these doggone features that Samsung throws in their phones, which some of it I'm not mad at, but optimize it so that way we don't feel lag even just a few months after having the phone. Now the Note 9 has 6 gigs minimum, 8 gigs with the 512 gigabyte version. That's great, and that may actually solve the lag issue, and we'll see TouchWiz along with Samsung's Note or a Samsung phone. I heard the S9 Plus was not laggy, but we'll see with the Note 9 that it finally runs like a phone that you can keep past a year. Most Note users keep their phones at least 2 years anyway before there's a dramatic change in the Note with the next Note in the line. But in this case, yeah, you can upgrade to this Note and not have any issues, most likely, with lagging. Now, what else is special about the Note? Well, of course, it's one of the only phones that's really pushing or touting 6 inches plus. We know that iPhones potentially got 2 phones coming out that's above 6 inches, and Google's XLs have been more or less 6 inches. So with this phone being 6.4 inches now, pushing it just 0.1 inch more, we see that Samsung continues to take that aspect and go the distance with it. We got speakers tuned by AKG and they sound good. So what we see with the Note is the Note actually becoming itself. Before it was a shell of itself, and now it is a true Note phone. So without a doubt then, I can say that it is very recommendable to buy and own the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. But there's a catch. Why is there a catch? Because at what cost are you spending to finally get a Note? We know that the only other phone that's really in that territory of $1,000 is, okay, maybe the Google Pixel 2 XL, but the iPhone 10 and now the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 at priced at minimum is $1,000, and that's for 6 gigs, 128 gigabytes. None of that is new. Case in point, the OnePlus 6 has 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, and it's not even $600. So what are you paying for? Now, you got the other model of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and that would be the 512 gigabyte version that, as was mentioned before. Again, as much as that storage is great, and again, that's something that the Note really needed to utilize to, again, confirm its functionality to be noteworthy, pun intended. But again, why $1,200? Like, it didn't have to be a $250 difference. The S Pen finally has good functionality again. Being able to use it and control aspects of your phone, such as taking pictures, such as controlling music playback. That's what we need. That's what the S Pen needed from the get-go. Not just a pen, an accessory you can doodle with it. No, it needed to have real functionality with the phone, and now we see that with the Note 9. So with that in mind, with the specs in mind, now granted, maybe they've optimized the chip, they put a heating pipe in it for gaming, you know, the intelligent camera, you know, all, you know, super dandy features, but are they $1,000 worth when we can get a lot of that for not even $800? We look at the S9 Plus, as mentioned from This Is Tech Today, Brandon, who's also part of Android Police, you know, he likewise kind of highlighted the similarities in that same department. Like, why $1,000? So if you just take the phone itself, it's recommendable. When you look at that price, you're like, oh my goodness. But again, you're looking at a phone that you may not update or upgrade again for at least the next year or two. So if you put out or fork out the $1,250 now, which I would recommend getting the 512 gigabyte version, just because the only ones who's buying this phone most likely anyway is a power user. So a power user is going to probably need storage. It's probably going to need the RAM, possibly using Samsung DeX, which works a lot more seamless with this version of the Note, which again pushes it to the Note, a true Note line, a true Note phone within its line. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9 takes itself serious again. It's just that price. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about the Note 9. I will be dropping a video soon about the Galaxy Watch. Of course, you know I want it. And just let me know what you guys think. Are you going to buy the Note? Do you agree with some of the things I've said? Do you disagree? Are you indifferent or neutral? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get the discussion going on the price, the specs of the phone, just the Note 9 in general. Let me know. So, your boy Vrsatile signing out until the next video. Hey, wait for it.